Hey everybody, I am currently packing my suitcase, getting ready to head to Sandusky, Ohio to Kalahari for the OGS conference. So if you're in the area, come and say hi. I'll be in the expo hall all 3 days from the 10th through the 13th. So anyways, welcome back to Client Stories with Amy. So our client had come to us wanting to know who her mom's birth mom was. She had already had her mom DNA test, so I used her mom's DNA results to go through everything. They already identified the birth father prior to coming to DNA Angels, and I just double checked and verified, make sure it was right, and it was right. So back to the birth mom. They didn't know really anything about her. They just knew that she was born in Wisconsin, and that they just didn't know anything else beyond that. They had a name, and I'll come back to that in a minute. So I'm going through the DNA matches, and I'm actually looking at the records to see if anything pops up, and it turns out that our client's mom actually was not born in Wisconsin. She was just raised in Wisconsin. I stumbled on a birth record for our client from Kentucky, and in Kentucky, it lists the mother's name, right? So when I pulled this record, it had the exact same name of our client, the exact same birth date as our client, just a different last name, right? So that's too weird. It's a coincidence. There's no way it's the same person, but I filed that in the back of my brain and was saving it. So the birth mother on that record was Mary Catherine Anderson. So I just filed that away. There's no way this is going to match up. It's a coincidence, whatever, same name, different people. Going through the DNA matches, and I'm seeing Anderson. I'm like, there's no way. There's no way. So just to prove that I was wrong, I went to Mary Catherine Anderson from Kentucky, built out her family tree 2 generations, and the DNA matches lined up with their tree on her paternal line. So I was like, Anderson, okay, we got a match here. Let's look at her mom's side of the line. Her mom's side of the line was Hudak. And so I'm looking at that very unique name, not like Anderson, very unique. So I'm looking at Hudak, and sure enough, I have DNA matches to all of her great-grandparents. How does this happen? What? So I get everything mapped out. I prove that this is, in fact, our Mary Catherine Anderson is our birth mom. This is her. No questions. From Kentucky. Client thought she was from Wisconsin. Nope. I give her all this information, and I tell her the birth mom's name. She's like, oh my God, my mom grew up with the name Mary Catherine. She knew somebody was family named Mary Catherine. She moved away. We didn't know anything about her, who she was. We just knew somebody in the family was close to a Mary Catherine, and we just didn't know who she was. We just heard the name. Mom just heard the name growing up, that she was a very important, special person in the family. They didn't know who she was, though. Never remembered meeting her. Don't remember seeing any photos of her. Just remembered the conversations of her growing up about how good Mary Catherine was, and yada, 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 and how she moved away and whatever. Mary Catherine was the person that was the birth mom to our client. Mary Catherine was not related to the adopted family, because I checked that too. And she was not related in any way, shape, or form. Not by marriage, not by intermarriage by somebody distant. I don't know how Mary Catherine found this family to adopt her child, but yeah, it was crazy. Mary Catherine had 4 children. One of them is still living, and they called her up and said, hey, I think our mom, we share the same mom. I think Mary Catherine is my mom. Would you be willing to do a DNA test to prove this? This half sibling said, I'm okay with doing it. However, I think you're wrong. I think you have the wrong family, but I will do it so we both know the truth. I don't think my mom would ever have a child outside of wedlock. I don't think she would ever give a child up for adoption. She loved her children fiercely, but let's do it. They do the DNA test, and it comes back she's a half sibling. So they had some time to adjust and figure things out and kind of tread on what kind of relationship is okay for the both of them. Because it doesn't just affect our client, it affects that half sibling, right? The whole thing that she ever knew about her mom has changed. She's got a half sibling she never even knew existed. So they're trying to bond and figure things out together. And it's been nice to kind of watch how they tread through these waters. But that's it for today. And I am going to finish packing and hit the road. I'll see you guys later. Bye.